Oh, it's recording. Hey guys, it's Danny. Today this evening, I'm reviewing Firefight by Sanderson. I finished it a few weeks ago, actually, but I'm not a very prompt person with these webcam things, so, yeah, here we go. Oh, and massive spoilers ahead, so if you've not read Firefight, or the one before it, Steelheart, then, well, watch ahead at your own risk, if at all. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the characters. David, as always, he's funny, he's likable, and I like how determined he is. It's not a masterpiece of a character, but I do enjoy him. He makes really terrible metaphors and similes, actually, technically, but yeah, he's very determined, likable. Said it. And Prof, John Fedris, and again, spoilers, but he is an epic that is basically a superhero, but if they use their powers, they turn into villains, so he keeps getting forced to use his powers more and more in this one, and it's slowly corrupting him, but you can tell he's just very powerful, and it's very interesting, and the ending plays into that. I'll discuss that in a bit. Missouri, forgot her last name. She's a new character. She was a nice addition. Not amazing, but I enjoyed her. She was kind of quirky, charming. Obliteration. One of the epics, one of the bad guys. He was, strictly speaking, friggin' awesome. He could store up heat for days at a time and then just unleash it. He actually decimated the town of Houston, Texas. It was said, and he was shooting fire at people. It was really fun to read. I wouldn't want to be there, but I love reading about it. And every time I read about him, in fact, even before, when I heard there was going to be a character named Obliteration, I kept thinking of the music track Decimator by Two Steps from Hell. I'll try to link it if I can, unless it goes... I don't know how it works now. The titular character of Megan, Firefight, as she's called, she's probably the most interesting character. Intriguing. You can tell there's a lot of conflict, and she's not really totally good, but she's not bad either, and it's pretty realistic as far as human nature. But you can also tell she's being slowly corrupted by her own powers, although she's not always forced to use them as much as Prof. I get to that again. But yeah, she's probably the deepest, most interesting character, I thought, and I feel bad for her, really. Some of the trials she has to undertake. Regalia, who was, I would argue, the main villain of this book, this installment anyway, she was awesome. She was able to kind of project these water holograms of herself. She had a huge range of influence over water, and she could control it. She couldn't feel through it, but she could make shapes and things like that. And that was really awesome chase scene at the end where David, the main character, is flying around on this, what's it called, the Spiral. They spelled it differently. And it's kind of like a jetpack, but for water. Anyway, he's flying around, and she has these big tentacular tendrils. I'm not very eloquent today. And they were just crashing down around him, and he was flying away. It was like something out of a movie, and I really hope they make one eventually, although they, of course, have to make Steelheart first. So the plot, they travel to the land of Babalar, formerly Manhattan, before the world as we know it ended. And let's see, they have to face Obliteration and Regalia, who are currently in cahoots, although they always seem to betray each other, don't they? Nobody trusts Megan anymore because she supposedly killed someone, and she's revealed to be an epic who's been using her powers. David is set on saving her, metaphysically or spiritually, whatever, and morally, should I say. Morally and her life, really, because they're attempting to kill her in a rather nasty way, because that's the only way that she can go. At the ending, Megan is still alive. She uses a clever trick to keep herself alive with something that should have killed her. But Prof is turned. He is forced to